Hey, hey, hey. It's Filter Free Friday, y'all. Listen, I am so glad y'all here. I don't know what this thing is on my head. Lisa gave it to me. So if I look like an alien, blame it on Lisa. It is Juneteenth. It is Juneteenth. And just like always, I am trying to find lessons from places before maybe I should be. And so ain't no sense in letting 2026 be no different. This week, child, I had decided that I was going to let my color grow out because many of you might know that I lost all my hair the last time I got my hair colored back in 2022. It wasn't from my stylist, it was from stress. And so she was like, okay, let's just let it grow back out and see how well it does. My hair looks incredibly healthy, but the part that's in the top is kind of like, still kind of touch and go. Like when the braider pulls on it, it hurts a little bit and it just feels different. So I haven't been sure about color, but in less than 50 days, I'm going to be 50. And I thought the gray was looking pretty good. I kind of like it actually. And I mentioned that I kind of like it while I was on the phone or on a video call with one of my coaching clients. And she said, yeah, it's giving Cornell West. And you know what? It made me think about how much I cuss, right? I have been a cursor since I was 7 or so, and not because I don't have vocabulary, I think I have a decent vocabulary, but I also believe that just a little bit of cussing, um, sometimes put some emphasis on things. And in that moment, there was a couple swear words I wanted to say. I mean, I went and looked at pictures of Cornell West and was like, do I do do I look like do I look like Cornell West? I don't think I look like Cornell West, but I do think that that was a beautiful opportunity for a well-placed curse word. You know what I'm saying? And there's this lady I follow. Her name is Brandy, the millennial manager or something like that. I don't know if you follow her or not, but listen, sis is real slick with the tongue. She will give out a curse word. You hear me? And she will call people names with her curse words. I tend not to do that. And I envy her if I'm being honest. Like, I want to be able to cuss and not lose business. I want to be able to cuss and still be able to preach on Sunday mornings. Like, I believe Jesus cussed. And I wonder why it is that people believe Jesus didn't cuss. Like when Peter cut off the soldier's ear, you think Jesus was just like, oh my gosh, Peter, don't do that. Let's put that ear back. Or do you think Jesus was like, man, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing right now? And I say that because I am a wholly educated MFer, all three. All three. I am not one or the other. In 2020, I finally just embraced the name. People have been calling me that for years, and I finally embraced it. And you pray my strength in the Lord that I will be able to, at some point, figure out if I could bring these things together. Which brings me to the point of what I was trying to talk to you about the lessons for Juneteenth this week. Sometimes the week is terrible. I didn't feel so good about what happened in the Carmelo Anthony case. My heart broke when I read about what had happened to this baby in Mississippi. The mama was buying diapers and she had a receipt. She wasn't stealing, and her baby ends up getting killed. My heart broke, honey. Did y'all hear about that lady whose dog got killed by the police? She's celebrating the Knicks win. A neighbor hears her screaming. They think she's being attacked. They call the police, and the woman's dog, it's that she had just put in Knicks jersey, ends up getting killed, right? I this new empathetic Nicole just be like heart just be broken. In addition to all my own stuff, and in addition to all my friends' stuff, and in addition to all my client stuff, it just be a lot. And I know, without minimizing, I know that I would not have been able to handle the physical toil, the emotional toil, the mental and spiritual toil of being enslaved. I know that. I know I wouldn't have been able to take it. Probably my poor little heart probably just wouldn't have been able to take it. But can you imagine being those people, but then not knowing that there were already balls in motion to free you that you just didn't even know about? And it just makes me think about how today might be looking really terrible. And tomorrow, baby, if you can just hold on, you don't know what tomorrow might bring. And when I think about my work, sometimes it is tempting to be the one to just keep describing the problem. Can you believe what happened to Carmelo Anthony? Can you believe what the police did to that lady's dog? Can you believe what the police did to the there are people who need to be truth tellers and people who need to bring this kind of stuff to light. And my body often tells me that what else is needed is to inspire hope in people, especially when I think about like how these algorithms are designed, how much information we get about suffering all over the globe, and how it's right there at our fingertips. I believe, one, we should be able to cuss, okay? Because cussing is a release. I believe that. Two, two, I believe that we have a responsibility to inspire hope in folks. That we have a responsibility to inspire hope in folk. What does it look like to be able to describe the problem, but then also tell people that there is a better way, that tomorrow will come and it will bring better days, right? And the reason I bring that up, particularly on this Juneteenth, is because I don't even have no NBA team, but somewhere along the way, I started rooting for the Knicks. I don't know if it was a New York versus Texas thing. I don't know, but somewhere along the way, I started rooting for the Knicks. And when I started rooting for the Knicks, honey, I was just like, 53 years these people ain't won. 53 years these people ain't won. And big body Brunson, just too little, right? Like he just too little. Everybody done counted him out. Somewhere along the line, I just started rooting for the Knicks. And I also just started feeling like, man, it seems really unfair to have to play against somebody who is that agile and that tall. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. But let me tell you, I have been smiling at my phone, watching over and over again, play after play after play, even though I watch the game, because it makes me smile on my phone. It inspired hope. It made me think about what it must be like to win after a long time not winning. The other thing that has me smiling on my phone is looking at the Obama Center in Chicago. Listen, regardless of your politics, you can't help but see the happiness that is coming through the screen in these people. And it caused me to smile at my phone. And while I think the range of human emotion is important, while it's important to feel sad, and while it's important to feel anxious, while it's important to feel gloom, if you feel that, it is also important to feel happiness and hope and inspiration and joy and all the things and encouraged. And so, with that, I just wonder sometimes, what is our responsibility to be the one who is bringing that hope and that joy and that inspiration to other people in their in the meantime experiences? Because, honey, I am in the middle of an in the meantime experience. And sometimes personally, it feels like there ain't no end in sight. But if I can just smile at my phone, because somebody else done brought some hope my way. If I can just smile at my phone because somebody else done one. If I can just celebrate somebody else. You know, one of my chief thought partners told me one time that celebration is a strategy. And I used to be like, it's probably the one of the seven that I used to discount the most. But let me tell you, if there's anything this week has taught me, and if there's anything that Juneteenth continues to teach me, and that is that sometimes we got to celebrate. And baby, they was late. Baby, they had lied. Baby, it had been hundreds of years coming. But when it finally came, celebration was the thing that was most appropriate. And my hope is that today, on this Friday, this here Juneteenth, that you find some space to rest and celebrate and rejuvenate yourself. And that in that rejuvenation, you have what you need to be able to inspire hope, rest, and rejuvenation for somebody else. The world is tough. The world is tough, and we all could use just a little bit more. I got this T-shirt from Tara J. Frank. It says empathy. I love it. You can't see all the little words, but in several Juneteenths ago, I thought I was going to follow this little TikTok trend and make this into a tank top. And honey, I done jacked this whole thing up. So I need to get another one. We are at over 410 people who have RSVP'd for my 50th birthday party, one woman comedy show. If you know you should have gotten an invite and you did not, please let me know, because I want you to charge it to my head and not my heart, and I want you to be there. So let me know that. And I want you to think about this week, how can you embrace the culture of celebration in honor of the people who had no idea they had been freed, who were in Galveston, Texas, and imagine and channel how they must have felt when they finally found out, and think about how you can be that source of joy, celebration, optimism, and gratitude for somebody else. Not just today, not just this week, but for the rest of this month and the rest of this year, and on into perpetuity. And on into perpetuity. Won't you join me? It's Filter Free Friday, y'all. We got work to do.